The lobby of Global Zenith Bank was a cathedral of high finance. Soaring ceilings, acoustic dampening, and a constant rhythmic tapping of keys. It was the morning of the most anticipated banking merger in a decade. Kaia, the CEO of the firm acquiring the bank, stood at the teller window. She was dressed in a deep navy silk blazer and matching trousers, her hair pulled back into a sharp, professional bun. She wasn't there to sign the merger papers yet. She was there to test the customer-first culture she was about to pay billions for. Opposite her sat Alara, a teller who wore a bold red silk blouse and a look of profound boredom. She was busy checking her personal phone, ignoring the line forming behind Kaia. "Good morning," Kaia said, her voice steady and calm. "I'd like to verify a wire transfer for the infrastructure project on the east side." Alara didn't look up. "That's a high-tier request. You're at the wrong window. Honey, this is for standard accounts. Move along." "I have a black diamond account," Kaia replied, sliding her identification card across the marble counter. Alara finally looked up, her eyes scanning Kaia's deep navy suit. She didn't see a CEO. She saw a woman she assumed didn't belong in a black diamond lobby. With a flick of her wrist, Alara swiped the ID off the counter, letting it clatter and slide across the floor. "And I have a headache. I told you, move along. I don't care what fake ID you're using. You aren't Zenith material." The justice debt began to skyrocket. Kaia didn't reach for her ID. She looked at Jensen, the branch manager, who was standing a few feet away. Jensen was dressed in a bold red suit with a matching tie, holding a clipboard like a weapon. "Is this the standard of service at Global Zenith?" Kaia asked. Jensen walked over, not to reprimand Alara, but to back her up. He didn't even look at the ID on the floor. "My teller told you to move, didn't she? We're preparing for a $5.9 billion merger today. We don't have time for community activists looking for a handout or trying to test our staff. Pick up your card and get out before I have security trespass you." Behind Jensen, Soren, the head of security, stepped forward. He wore a red-collared uniform and rested his hand on his belt. You heard the manager. "Outside, now!" The lobby was full of 7 sharp witnesses who were not blurred. A woman in a bright yellow dress gasped, her hand over her mouth. A businessman in a white linen suit stopped typing on his laptop, looking at Jensen with disgust. 2 lawyers in light gray suits, a courier in a white polo, an elderly couple in yellow and cream knits all turned their heads. They saw the disrespect clearly. "The merger," Kaia said, her voice dropping to a dangerous, deep navy chill. "You're very excited about it, Jensen. I assume your stock options depend on it." "My options, my bonus, and my new corner office," Jensen sneered. "None of which involve you." "Soren, remove her." Soren reached for Kaia's arm, his red collar tight against his neck. Kaia stepped back, not out of fear, but to check the clock. 10 a.m. The deadline for the final signature was 1 minute ago. Kaia said, "And I just decided not to sign." Jensen laughed, a harsh, grating sound that echoed off the marble walls. "You decided not to sign? Who do you think you are, the Queen of England? The merger is being signed at headquarters by CEO Kaia herself. You're just a woman in a navy suit who can't even keep her ID off the floor." Kaia didn't blink. She reached into her deep navy blazer and pulled out a gold-plated smartphone. She swiped the biometric lock and hit a single contact. "The board of directors. This is Kaia," she said into the speaker, her voice cutting through the lobby like a blade. "I am at the Fifth Avenue branch. I have witnessed systemic professional negligence and harassment. Pull the merger. Immediately. Invoke the cultural integrity clause. The $5.9 billion transfer is to be voided and returned to our reserve." The room went silent. Alara's hand, still holding her personal phone in her bold red sleeve, began to tremble. On the massive digital ticker tape that ran across the top of the bank lobby, the green stock price of Global Zenith suddenly turned a violent, flashing red. Jensen's tablet chimed, a frantic, high-priority alert. He looked down, and his face went from arrogant red to a sickly, pale white. The notification read, "Merger terminated by acquiring party. All staff bonuses frozen pending investigation." "You," Jensen stammered, looking from his screen to Kaia's face. He finally looked at the ID on the floor. He knelt down, his bold red suit crumpling, and picked it up. His hands shook as he read the name. Kaia Vaughn, Chief Executive Officer. The power shift was absolute. The 7 witnesses moving closer, their faces sharp and unforgiving. The woman in the bright yellow dress pulled out her phone and started recording. "Look at him now," she whispered loudly. Kneeling for the woman he just tried to throw out. The businessman in the white linen suit stepped forward. "I saw the whole thing. Ms. Vaughn, I'm pulling my firm's holdings from this bank today. If this is how you treat your own CEO, my money isn't safe here." Soren, the security head, immediately backed away from Kaia, put his hands up as if to surrender. "Ma'am, I was just following orders." "You were following a bully, Soren," Kaia interrupted. She turned to Alara, who was trying to hide behind her computer terminal. "And you? You thought my ID was trash. Now your career is..." Kaia took her ID from Jensen's trembling hand. She didn't put away. She swiped it to the manager's own terminal on the counter. "Jensen," Kaia said, "because the merger is voided, your bank is now technically insolvent. We were the only thing keeping your doors open. As of this second, I am buying your personal debt from the secondary market. You don't just lose your job today, you lose your house." The public humiliation reached its peak as the bank's internal security, actual federal marshals who had been waiting for the merger to conclude, entered the lobby. They weren't there for Kaia. They moved straight to Jensen and Alara. "Pack your personal items," Kaia commanded, in front of everyone. "I want every customer in this lobby to see exactly what happens when Zenith Material meets actual leadership." As Jensen and Alara were marched out the front doors, their bold red outfits looking like symbols of a fallen empire, Kaia turned to the witnesses. "I apologize for the disruption," she said to the woman in yellow and the man in white. "This branch will be under new management by noon. And for your trouble, your account fees are waived for life." Kaia walked out of the building, her deep navy suit catching the sunlight. She hadn't just saved $5.9 billion. She had sent a message that respect wasn't a high-tier quest. It was the only way to do business.